Welcome back to the National Hockey Centre in Glasgow for the third match of the EuroHockey Championship 2, and we move into Pool A as Ukraine are up against Portugal. There is one more game afterwards, France and Scotland at 6:30, but the two games in Pool B were very close and entertaining. Russia beating Switzerland and Wales edging out the Czech Republic. Before we focus on Pool A, there is just a quick look at Pool B in terms of a table, and 3 points out of 3 for Russia and Wales. Switzerland and Czech Republic yet to get off the board. So then, sides are lining up. They're about to head onto the field. What is now the focus for the next few hours after the Pool B matches? As I mentioned, there were a big home crowd for the games in France and Scotland, 6:30, but the other two in this pool are Ukraine and Portugal. Portugal were strangers to Glasgow after they were here for the World League One last campaign. Just the one win, but they were great entertainers. That win coming against Slovakia. Ukraine are here after a 6th place finish in the second tier, just really missing out on relegation in 2015, although seeing that Switzerland got a reprieve, so they were very comfortable really in the end, and they've been pretty much a staple in the second tier in the last few years after promotion from the 3rd tier in 2009. So we're on through the team lineups after the anthems, which are just about to take place. It is Ukraine, who are 25th in world rankings, against the Portugal side, who are the lowest ranked side here, 43rd, just ahead of Fiji in the standings. Now it's time for the anthems. I'm sure the anthems are on their way. About to take place here. Pregnant pause, I think they call it. Anticipation before the first game here from Group A. Here we go. all missed that. It's been nearly a year since the Portuguese were here at World League One, singing away with real passion at their anthem. Let's look at the sides. Let's first of all look at Ukraine. As I say, 25th in the world rankings. A couple of notable scorers in the World League, including Vitaly Kalinchuk with 10 goals across the World League. Andrei Kościelenko also very influential with 5. He will, I'm sure, cause problems. Kalinchuk is on the sidelines, but will feature, I'm pretty sure, pretty quickly as the game goes on. For Portugal, well, some real characters, as I mentioned, the likes of David Franco and Miguel Rodriguez, real playmakers, real linchpins on the side. Might find it tough to win too many games, but they will try their best. Luis Tavares was a bit of a villain last year, got himself a red card at the World League One in Glasgow, but then bounced back after the suspension to score 2 goals in a win against Slovakia. So almost ready to go to set the scene further. Delighted for the next 2 games from this pool. Alongside myself, Cal Patterson, and commentary is Alan Meikle, a coach player for Hillhead Hockey Club. And Alan, great to have you here, and are you looking forward to hopefully some top class international hockey?
Yes, can't wait. I've watched a couple of games that have preceded this, and the standard has been good. So looking forward to see how Portugal can match up to the might of the Ukrainians.
Confirmation there, Fraser Bell is the umpire alongside Anton Cochin, the Scottish and Russian umpires here. So we're pretty much set to go. And we've maybe seen a little bit of how the world rankings maybe are, you can take them with a pinch of salt a little bit. Portugal are quite away in terms of world rankings. The lowest ranked here, 43rd. Ukraine in the mid-20s, like a whole clutch of the sides are in this World League too. So is that a foregone conclusion here, Alan? Do you think that Ukraine should steamroller Portugal, or do you think we could have something a bit more exciting and closer at the first 2 games?
I think the first game of a tournament, there's always a chance for the smaller or the lower ranked nation, so hopefully Portugal can keep it tight. The longer the game goes, with no scoring, Portugal will fancy themselves, but I would if I was a betting man, I'd put my money in Ukraine, probably by a couple of goals.
We shall see what happens, and it is going to be Portugal to get us started from the pushback, and they are in all red. And it is time to go from right to left here. So we're underway for the 3rd game of the day, the first game in Group A. And thanks for joining us on our live coverage, wherever you're watching. And the early possession in the heart of the defence for Portugal. Helder Gonçalves forward. He goes for Jose Santos and Miguel Rodriguez. Here he goes, nice little early ball in here. And an excellent early save from strike from Ventosa. That would have been an interesting old start. David Franco gets on with things quickly here. Very much a bright start from Portugal.
Yeah, an excellent start. As you alluded to in the preview, the couple of real live wires on the Portuguese side, and we've already seen them.
A little replay of that early chance for the Portuguese. They were here last year, very much a very nimble side. It's very difficult that sides are up against that. With the same in this competition, but although they do concede, they do score. Paziuk now for the Ukrainian side. Slipping the slide and forward. It goes now for Oli Polishuk. Umpire signals their directions. That comes to a swift end.
Yeah, Ukraine quite cautious as well to begin with, pushing maybe 4 up front, keeping a couple at the back, so obviously quite intent on getting into the final quarter early on.
Good battle there, and away it goes. Ono Farouk now down that side, taking on Koda.
It's a great tackle by the Portuguese number 3 there. Otherwise that was looking like a good 2v1 for the Ukrainians.
Yeah, Joe Koda, captain for the Portuguese side.
So I believe Joe is actually half Dutch and half Portuguese. I met him in Lisbon recently. Fascinating guy and really committed to Portuguese hockey.
Thank you for stealing some information. I'll keep you've saved. I'll not have to say that one again. But a good point. Yes, he is Dutch ancestry in there,
and also a very good umpire, as we witnessed when on tour in Lisbon. So hopefully his play matches up to his umpiring skills.
Got a good career then ahead, post playing, particularly post playing.
Yeah.
Gonçalves, back it goes to Koda once more. Franco rolling in and out. It's been a good start from Portugal, and Franco still trying to battle his way forward up against Artem Povlichenko. And Ukraine have it once more. Vladislav Paziuk now. Made it forward, now across to Luri Moros. Diachenko, it's into towards the circle. It might break here for a counter for the Portuguese. They are pretty good at that.
3v2 if you can use it.
Rodriguez through the middle, out wide here is Ivo Moreira. Moreira finds support. Spaces shutting up very quickly. Franco trying to get across. Will remain with Portugal, but they are very good with pace in the break, Portugal.
Yeah, and early in the first 5 minutes, it's Portugal have threatened twice. Ukraine still really finding their feet and probably looking at the long game rather than the first quarter. I think ultimately Ukraine untroubled by those Portuguese attacks, recognising if they don't dive in, they should be able to contain them quite comfortably.
Good start then for Portugal as they try again to go patiently from deep.
It's a good ball through, lovely run up front.
Nice steady run here for Pedro Pinto. Taking on Diachenko. Oh, it's in a good area, but no one there in red. It's easily going to be taken care of by Vyacheslav Paziuk. Tavares found that one forward, now space again here, across to Miguel Rodriguez, and off a leg of Andrei Koshelenko, quickly on by Franco, nice space, Miguel Rodriguez around, still alive, penalty corner, bounced up off the leg, I think of Nikolaou Jasensky, and penalty corner for Portugal.
I think that's what Portugal are going to have to do. A lot of individual skills in the DE, maybe not the passes that they need, so corners may be the way to break through this Ukrainian defence. Wonderful opportunity though. Ukraine look just a bit lethargic at the moment. Portuguese may be enjoying the colder temperatures, having a respite from the Lisbon sun and the Portuguese sun.
Yeah, I think you're saying off here it was 40 plus degrees recently.
So.
But they're used to that though, so you can see. But yeah, it's a bit of a change, a bit of a difference. Luis Tavares across Miguel Rodriguez. Tavares gets it back and it's just agonisingly close, but another penalty corner is coming their way.
I'm not sure what umpire Bell's given that for. Maybe off a foot.
Didn't look much in that.
No, I'm not. I thought it looked like it may have hit somebody, but as it was going in the goal, but that would have been a penalty if so. So I'm not too sure.
Now it will be Tavares once more. It's Franco. Let's hit the keeper again, and that may well be that chance over as Ukraine look to turn away with Bohdan Kovachenko support in front and Artem Povachenko. This would be one break to the other. Now at the other end, penalty corner because it's bounced off the leg of Carlos Almeida.
That's the danger for Portugal. Ukraine just demonstrate how quickly they can counter-attack. So Portugal really need to get the balance between defence and attack early on.
Could be quite an exciting prospect that both sides are kind of quick on the break.
Yeah, I think as the game goes on, as the teams tire, it'll become a very, very open game and skills will be exciting and chances will be plentiful. I was watching the Ukrainians warming up during the warm-up time in their penalty corners, and they've got a very, very fast and direct flicker, so it'll be interesting to see how capable the Portuguese keeper is, and particularly the linemen.
So it is.
Umpire just stopping for a bag blown onto the pitch there. That was a good spot.
Is it Dyachenko then?
Oh, he's broken early, so he's off the halfway line. So if you break the line early there, whether intended or not, you're automatically put back to the halfway line. So down to 3 defenders plus the goalkeeper for Portugal.
Yeah, we've seen that in the first game of the rival Moreira having a chat on the sidelines with his head coach, so this could be a big chance here for Ukraine. And it's
Good.
well away. Paziuk with the attempt at goal.
Wee bit of sympathy with the defender that broke early, because quite often the injector dummies force them into an early movement.
Still alive here though in the day. Oh, and it's bobbling around. It went high in the air. Vitaly Kalinchuk was one of those trying to just get it under control, but the way it went.
That could have gone anywhere. You know, it could have landed in a Ukrainian stick there, but Portugal survived that one. Bit scrappy. Keeper could have done better with his clearance.
Tavares looking for Franco.
Yeah, nice use of the aerial ball there.
Jose Santos with the free hit quickly. Miguel Rodriguez trying to claim it in his path. Carlos Almeida around 2. Not for long.
It's a lovely turn there.
Break time once again.
3v1.
Out wide, Kovalenko. 1 or 2 protests. Bohdan Kovalenko was the quickest up there and lead the protest going to the umpire, and the decision is another penalty corner.
Yeah, it seems to be opening up a bit now. Portugal had their good opening 8 minutes, and now the Ukrainians are really taking a hold of the game.
I think it's the first real chance over the last 2 or 3 minutes where we've seen Ukraine that they can burst 3-4 forward. Maybe the difference between the 2 counter-attacks so far has been Ukraine have had maybe an extra body there, so they've had maybe 4 going forward compared to maybe 3 at the other side.
Absolutely. Maybe looking the fitter side at the moment as well, which will take its toll.
Alexander Dyachenko then once again with the injection, and it's in, and there is the goal, and Ukraine are in front.
Yeah, really nice, powerful flick to the keeper's left. Postman maybe could have got a bit of it, but difficult height, and his sight's obstructed slightly by the runner. So yeah, good goal.
So Portugal may well feel a bit hurt by that, a bit wounded by that, because they had such a good start.
I get the feeling that Portugal will continue playing their style of hockey regardless of the scoreline, which for the neutral and for the spectator will be good to see, but I think they just need to tighten up.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, that is the story with them when we were here at World League One, and Dimitro Lupa was the one that finished off from the penalty corner. taken away now, and forward it goes. Portugal looking for the reply. Glasgow Ribeiro with the glasses on.
Already looks like Ukraine have maybe upped the pace a bit, having got that early goal, settled into the game. So real test for the Portuguese organisation and fitness levels now. Don't want to chase the ball too much.
And now up the other side it goes. Back with Ribeiro. And arm out against Portugal.
I think a tough day for Ribeiro. He looks a fairly young player, getting the ball a lot on his own, so he's going to have to be really, really productive with the time he's on the ball, and hope that some support coming. A big job for a young man.
Nice ball fire across the Boden Kovalenko. Was the closest to it. Still zipping far at 100 miles per hour. From Coden's side, he looked forward but decided to go sidewards. That was a bit more hit and hope, and back very quickly with Ukraine and with Andrei Koshelenko. But now to Alexander Svetsson. Good movement, good running this from Boden Kovalenko. Leaned up but only briefly as Polishuk now tries to fire it into space. And once more, Ukraine look to get off it quickly. Darchuk went backwards, again across the D it went.
Yeah, it's been a difficult last couple of minutes for Portugal. Already we're seeing that Ukraine are passing the ball more, so much more energy efficient, and Portugal are beginning to become a wee bit more desperate with their outlets. So if they can get to the first quarter 1-0 down, I think that'll be a result.
Here is Thiago Ventosa now. Made up a bit of ground. And towards Ivo Moreira, good control.
Portugal have committed 8 of their outfield players to this, so need to be very wary of the counter, which is something hopefully Ukraine will have done their homework and will be aware of that. Nice passing opportunity here for Portugal.
And towards the D it comes. Might well just be rescued by Artem Pavlichenko. And that comes to end, didn't quite get as they wanted, so at least Portugal can reset as we head into the final 60 seconds of the quarter. Sergei Darchuk in a bit of a battle with Jamal Pinheiro. Darchuk again for help, trying to get it in Kovalenko. Nice ball, nice control from Ventosa. Oh, in the end it goes against him.
That was an absolutely sublime pick-up by number 17 there. It was like watching the professional footballers when they take a deft touch to control a high ball. Don't know how much he meant, but
hockey deft touch.
Absolutely, and what a shame that it ended up Phil going the other way, because that was fantastic skill. They seem to be a very skillful side, but it's just lacking that structure and the kind of team ethic.
So that's the end of the first quarter. So a couple of minute pause. And Dimitro Lupa, the scorer from the penalty corner in the 9th minute. And that was the only goal after a period where Portugal had a good start to the game. The first 6 or 7 minutes, and just a couple of counter attacks were really threatening, and they won the penalty corner, and in the end it helped them take the lead. And here is a little look at it. You're still not quite sure about the decision, Phil, which is another talking point. That's a moment from the other end. So here's up to the side for Ukraine. That was one penalty corner, and here's another one that soon followed into the net. Good finish.
Yeah, just looking at the replay, the first corner that Ukraine had, the Portuguese ran down really successfully, and it looked like the runner just wasn't as quick off the line there, and that may have been crucial because they defended the first one really, really well. So maybe a wee bit disappointed in their short corner defence there, but I think Ukraine just about deserve the lead.
So that's how things stand. And of course later on in this pool, in Pool A, France taking Scotland at 6:30 here. Crowds been building quietly throughout the day. There's confirmation to remind you if you've just joined us for a live coverage of the 2 Pool B games. Russia 3, Switzerland 2, and Wales edging out Czech Republic by 2-1. So 2 wins for Russia and Wales on the board for them, 1 apiece, and we'll see what happens for Pool A as it stands. Ukraine with the advantage after the first 15. So set for the second quarter, and it is Side Red Portugal trying to find themselves a goal bag, and Pedro Pinto trying to do so very quickly into the quarter. Gonçalves kind of lost out in the slip and slide, and could be another battle forward for Bodin Kovalenko. Just stopped though.
It's a good bit of pace by Pedro Pinto. It's not bit of a shock to see him open up his legs there, but he certainly left the Ukrainian defender for dead there.
Pedro Pinto, very much a veteran, 38.
Oh, young nowadays, Callum Young. That's what surprised me though. I looked at him and thought this guy's certainly had a fair paper round, but then we see the legs opening up and he's obviously still got a bit of life in him. And he'll have all the experience in the world if he's at 38, so that'll hopefully have some impact later on.
I'd like to put it out to the Portuguese viewers if they know what the paper round reference meant.
Well, in Glasgow we say if somebody looks older, it may be they've had a very tough paper round as a youngster.
Very harsh.
Very harsh. But I'm 37, I would say I look a wee bit younger than him.
Good running then from Bodin Kovalenko. I'll stay neutral in that argument. Doesn't quite work out in the circle. There is Pinto.
He certainly knows what he's doing there. 3 men round him, comes out with the ball. Good experience. I think he's still recovering from that sprint though. Just looking at him, he's gingerly walking over the halfway line there.
Actually not the most experienced in terms of caps for Portugal. A bit more of a senior pro at club, and quite late in the day getting chances with Portugal. Even Franco trying to keep it in his path. Franco
Wonderful
dancing
skills.
round. Can he set up? Well, they've got a penalty corner. It doesn't come to anything in open play. Got a chance here now from the penalty corner position.
I was watching the Portuguese coach during the quarter break, and he was certainly quite animated in his demonstrations and his instructions to the squad, so it seems to have had quite a good impact. They've certainly not sat back in the opening 2 minutes.
Jose Rodriguez, it must be the water in Portugal for the hockey, because Mario Almeida last year, the Portuguese head coach last year, was a lively figure, and Jose Rodriguez very much of the same mould, passionate. Talked about the anthems, a passionate group looking to try and get an equaliser. Miguel Rodriguez with the injection then.
Okay, that's
a line break.
Yep, Ukrainian boy away.
Difficult. Kovalenko is off.
Difficult, because it looked like the Portuguese guy again was maybe shifting his weight a bit.
Yeah, it did look like he was shaping up and just getting ready to hit it.
There's definitely a bit of gamesmanship there, but that's the umpire's judgment.
Maybe an even score from the one in the first quarter. Miguel Rodriguez trying to tee it up, and then it comes to nothing, so it wasn't a painful one for Ukraine.
Unlucky there for Pedro Pinto. If he'd just a couple inches either side, it would have been flushing the stick, and a really good chance. Keeper looking quite comfortable though with the flicks. Might need to put in a variation, maybe move it to the side. I think actually Portugal probably have it in chances so far, despite that penalty corner goal for Ukraine.
Trying to pinch it back is Santos, not quite from Lore Moroz. Nice control from Tavares.
Oh, wonderful
what a
ball
pass
to
that
Pedro.
is. Pinto is not going to quite keep it in. He's frustrated with that.
Very flamboyant, the Portuguese. I mean, that's the kind of skill that a lot of international teams will try and hammer out their teams, saying it's too high risk. But I don't think the Portuguese really know what high risk means. They're all about the reward, I think. Good to watch.
Ivo Moreira did well. And dancing past Moroz. Rodriguez out wide. Franco comes back to David Franco. Moreira. In chance. Portugal. Oh! Thiago Ventosa was on the line. I thought he was going to tap in. Oh, they go underneath his legs, I think, there.
I don't know if it's a hard one to see, but he either missed it clean out. There's been a touch by the Ukrainian defender, if so it's an absolutely wonderful save. But chance after chance for Portugal. It's just maintaining it. 5 minute spells seem to be about the limit, so we'll see if they can do something this next 10 minutes. Ukraine looks shell shocked at the moment.
That's one back by Ukraine and the captain Yachenko. That's going to filter its way to the other side. Yachenko, captain. It's another experienced head on this pitch at 35. Tavares will go long. Doesn't find anyone in red, and now
forward.
There's a chance here for Ukraine, and Kovalenko on his own. Almost skipped through. Shevchuk around, also on the fluke. And that goes to the baseline and out, so again a little bit dicey for Portugal.
It was a bit, but compared to the first quarter though, they had much better numbers back, and they limited the Ukrainian striker to a shot from quite a wide angle, and the keeper was very comfortable, so if they can keep doing that, I think their coach will be pretty happy. They seem to have got their structure that wee bit better, and the balance between defence and attack seems to be a lot more solid at the moment.
Tavares went long but only found Yachenko.
Ukraine just need to settle. They've not really strung 2 or 3 passes together in this quarter, playing into Portugal's hands at the moment.
8 minutes to half time. Tavares. And that was just a bit of lax play. That's went long and it's kind of went missing for the defenders. Keeper's having to smuggle that. Onofriuk was there, now he's quickly trying to tee it up. Kalanchuk around. Cleared by Ivan Moreira. Yeah,
keeper did well there, just closing down the angle. Tight angle for the Ukrainian. Good tomahawk shot, but well out.
Antonio Camacho, the keeper, has got flair in him as well. It's not just outfield players.
Must be something to do with the Portuguese red wines, just giving that a wee bit of spice.
Mikhailo Jasinski, the roving run here. Shevchuk. Into Alexander Dyachenko. And just poked away. That was a poor move, Vitaly. Shevchuk again, back it goes. Sustained possession from Ukraine.
I think this quarter's following a very similar pattern to the first, albeit Portugal have probably had a longer spell of dominance, but now it's tired out a bit. Ukraine are getting their composure back, so hopefully for Portugal's sake it doesn't go the same way in terms of the scoring pattern.
Santos in a bit of a sandwich. Comes through for Portugal. Caro Cunha. Martin Povichenko's tracking back well for the side that are leading. Kalanchuk trying to continue his run. He was trying to link up with Bodan Kovalenko. Bodan Kovalenko stuck down the corner. Nice one back by Tavares. He ups it towards Miguel Rodriguez. Bit of a slip and a slide. Now danger. Andrei Koshelenko, save comes in. Andrei Koshelenko protesting again, and cynical play. It's a stroke.
Yeah, credit to the umpire, he played a really good advantage early in that move, and a wee bit cheeky by the Portuguese players. Goes to strike it, he just obstructs his stick, knocks it out of the way. Keeper will be a wee bit disappointed because he will feel that he had a chance to save it.
Is Andrei Koshelenko, scored 5 goals at World League 2. Second top goal scorer behind Kalanchuk in all phases of the World League they're in. And he makes it 2-0, and very punishing for Portugal. They feel hard done by, but they haven't taken their chances. Ukraine have been clinical.
It's just the same as the first period, as alluded to earlier. All Portugal for the first half of the quarter, and then Ukraine almost just soaking it all up, waiting for the moment where the pace drops, and then they take advantage. 2 set plays, and you have to wonder if Portugal's heads are now thinking, we've put all this in, we've played well, but we've got nothing for it. I've been there, it's a tough one to swallow. But good umpiring there, allowing that to come to that part of the game by allowing the advantage early on.
So 2-0, just under 5 minutes left of this first half of the second quarter. Andrei Koshelenko with that penalty stroke. Santos to Lupa, scored the opener from a penalty corner. Martin Povachenko now, and it goes. Ollie Polishuk doesn't quite fall for Vanachenko. It kind of maybe shows, Alan, about how the games went so far, that Portugal had a lot of the chances. Ukraine haven't too many clear-cut chances. There's 2 goals coming from a penalty corner and a penalty stroke.
Yeah, I think Ukraine are confident in their game plan. They know that the Portuguese will play with abandon and will attack without real care for defence. And if they can just absorb that, the chances will come. They're obviously very confident in their set plays. And I think as the game goes on, they'll maybe become a wee bit more expansive and we'll see a different side to Ukraine. But most important thing for them will just be getting the win.
Cunha stopped in his tracks. Paziuk into Moroz.
Good defending there by the Portuguese captain Tavares.
Where he goes to try and get it up the park. Didn't find the intended target of Vasco Ribeiro.
I suppose for any young player watching the coverage, it's interesting to note that Ukrainian players are very capable of doing individual skills, but they tend to opt to do the simple thing, pass and move, whereas the Portuguese are maybe more limited in that. So the message being, you don't have to use skill if you have it. Pass and moving is very effective as well, but they just possibly make better decisions and rely on team play rather than individual play.
It was missed by Franco, but there was support behind and needed to clean up. But Franco losing it. And that is going to be a Ukraine ball. It certainly would be very disheartening if Ukraine got a third for the Portuguese side. Could be even from Shevchuk. Tavares menacing again. Now half a chance here.
Oh, fantastic ball.
Absolutely sensational for Pedro Pinto. That wasn't quite so good a ball, but will still stay with the Portuguese. Then they'll be back though for Ukraine. Again, a lot committing themselves forward in red. Tavares. Koda spotted some space. Pinheiro gets it back again. Hammered across by Cunha. João Ferreira. They're trying to work a bit of space and did the hard part, just couldn't quite turn and get the player he wanted in his path.
Better by Portugal, but just a wee bit of the same again, where Ukraine have got loads of numbers back, flat sticks, making Portugal have to do something pretty special individually to win a corner, and Ukrainians are just too streetwise for that to happen. It's also difficult when you don't feel you have a fantastic penalty corner threat. You can't just look to win feet, you have to look to do something magical in there, and that's difficult against a stubborn defence.
Final few seconds in, Ukraine happy just to knock it about to take the lead into the break. And there we are for the first half, the first couple of quarters, and Ukraine really bounced into each half in the latter stage to take control. 2 goals towards the end of each half. Dmitro Lupa with it from a penalty corner, Andrei Koshelenko from a stroke. Means they have the advantage by a couple of goals to nil. Let's have a little look at some of the best of the action from the first couple of quarters, first half. was an early Portugal penalty corner. I see a series of these chances. This was one, still can't believe how that's not went in. Ukraine, the story very much that they seemed to just up it as the quarter went on. So obviously this is looking towards the second goal. This was a melee which in the end ended up in the stroke.
Yeah, Ukraine very clinical. 2 chances they've taken with 2 penalty corners, taken one of them, and now obviously the penalty stroke. Very difficult for goalkeepers now in penalty strokes. Players can move the ball so quickly.
So here is another look at the first goal, which opened things in the first quarter, just to keep you rounded up with everything that's happened. So we've seen the second one there, that was the first, so that's how things are at the moment. We'll take a pause there, but at the half-time period, Ukraine have the advantage by a couple of goals to nil against Portugal. Welcome back then to the National Hockey Centre in Glasgow as we are 30 seconds away from the second half of this Pool A game between Ukraine and Portugal. Ukraine with the advantage 2-0. They lead over Portugal's side, the lowest ranked side here, 43rd. Bit of a gap between them and Ukraine in the rankings, but Portugal have played well, had chances that haven't taken them. Ukraine have been clinical from a penalty corner and a penalty stroke. Alan Meikle, the head hockey club player, is alongside myself, Callum Patterson. Alan, with it being a 2-0 lead now to Ukraine as the second half gets underway, does it look like a bit of a foregone conclusion the way the game will go?
It's a tough one. I don't think Portugal have got anything to lose, so there's a chance that they could steal a goal. They've certainly got the skills to do it, so if they could steal a goal early on, 2-1 game, you never know. But I would say Ukraine have just got a wee bit too much for them, but hopefully we get a bit of a game and they make a game of it by getting that early goal.
I think that's probably the key of what we've seen so far. If they're going to get a goal, they have to get it early in their quarter because they're struggling towards the end.
Yeah, they just don't have the endurance for that 15-minute intensity which the kind of top teams do. Just highlights how harsh sport can be. They haven't played badly at all, but yet suddenly they're 2 goals down. But they certainly play with a lot of enthusiasm, passion, and here we go, a good opportunity here.
Pinto is trying to lurk it in. It might come back to Pinto, but he's not happy. Came off stick, I think, and bit of a timeout here for the keeper.
Always makes me laugh when the most padded man in the pitch is the one that comes off injured, yet the non-padded defender's absolutely fine. A special bunch are our keepers.
Bordy Irizlov is the keeper. I don't know if that is that a little bit of dig to maybe one of your teammates that's watching on nearby.
Oh, I couldn't comment.
I think you're on about Jamie Friel headed domestic game. It's going to be part of our coverage throughout the week as well.
Saying that, I mean, you have to be pretty brave and pretty special to go and goals, so fair play to them. Not something I would ever commit to. Not that Jamie's special or brave, but we've not really got much choice at the moment.
I'll give him his right of reply when he joins us for coverage. With us on Tuesday night, Jamie, part of a great team of co-commentators throughout the week for our EuroHockey Championship coverage. Here is David Franco trying to fire it in towards the D.
Yet again, this quarter's following exactly the same pattern as the previous two. Portugal really positive, big attacking intent, but Ukraine holding firm. A lot of room in the right here if you can see it, just to stretch the Ukrainians out of the middle of the park.
Went backwards with Tavares, Morero to the right if was required, but it's a little bit static. Back with Joe Coda. Franco, that was rather high. I was getting worried for someone's head there.
Yeah, I think he saw Pedro Pinto and thought aerial presence there, but maybe just the wrong sport.
And now up the other end, this could be where they're in trouble because completely exposes the defence. Keeper comes rushing out. Oh, alone was Maxim Onufruk. Turn from Shevchuk, that will go away, but that was completely open there.
Yeah, that was more a kind of Portuguese style attack with this kind of lone forward, but yeah, I think he nullified his angle there a bit, so the keeper was always going to come out favourite for that one.
Camacho out there, quick as a flash. Daniel Rodriguez. Big tall player. Tavares switches it up towards Pinto. Good argy-bargy with Artem Povlichenko. Got away from him.
Been really impressed by Pinto. He's quite elusive, big languid steps, but he can certainly shift and he's got really good skills. And
Franco, and here is Pinto. Oh, what a strike that is from the big man, the veteran. Wow, 2-1, and they were talking about they needed a goal in the early stages of a quarter. That's when they're fullest energy, and there you are. Wow,
that's an absolute world. I mean, top corner, Absolute, what a strike. I mean, the angle was, you would say, favoured the keeper, but it'd take a keeper to save that. Fantastic by the 38-year-old. A moment to cherish for him and Portuguese hockey. Now let's just see how the Portuguese can respond to this. I would imagine we're going to have a couple of minutes of pressing hockey as they push for that equaliser. I think we'll struggle to see a better goal for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, well, that's an early marker for the tournament with that statement, because still got a lot of hockey, but it was a fantastic effort.
And that was a move started and finished by the big man, so certainly one for the collector's item.
Captain Zachenko in the 1-2 with Shevchuk, but that didn't last for too long.
We'll always talk about the next 5 minutes after a goal being crucial for both teams, so it'll be important to see how Ukraine can Portugal can consolidate that opener, and if Ukraine can just maybe get themselves back on the ball and steady the ship.
Pajuk in a defensive position. Forward it goes from on the Fruk.
It looks like they're employing on a Fruk a wee bit higher up the park now, Ukraine.
Oh, and it
causing its own threat.
Whistles through. And well, that was danger there for Portugal. Back it comes with Yasin Skate. Shalenko doesn't come to anything, and now Portugal go forward. Here is the twist and the turn from Miguel Rodriguez. David Franco making the run. Big tall figure of Pasiuk in front of him, though, and just watches that disappear out. Kovalenko twisting away. Joe Koda not happy with that, but it's disrupting a little too heavy-handedly.
Yeah, it looked like he might have been obstructed there. I think that was maybe a bit of third man obstruction, and maybe took a wee knock for his efforts, so maybe a bit disappointing for him there. But umpire Bell normally gets these big decisions right.
Played into Tali Kalinchuk. Weave it, kept on going, but eventually stopped Tavares there. Back it is with Shevchuk. Oh, and it might fall here, space opening up. Oh, that was excellent as well. Bodan Kovalenko, it was Artem Povachenko initially trying to help it, and it was high in the air for Kovalenko, and well, he just talked about goal of the week, and that one was to rival it.
Yeah, initially I thought it was a good save, but what a reach. I mean, he's at full stretch here. He must have the stick 10 foot in the air, but he's in the right place. Coaches always want their players at the back post, and there he was.
Incredible.
I think that's more shinty style finish there, that we're used to seeing in the fields of Scotland rather than on the hockey pitches. So yeah, two fantastic goals.
Wonderful, and it restores the 2-goal cushion.
Disappointed in Portugal having got back into the game. They changed the pattern. They seem to sit back a bit, and I just don't think that's a style of hockey that's going to suit them. Ukraine are just that wee bit more organised, so I think they just need to go back on attack and see what comes of it.
We'll see if they can muster the energy for this last phase of this quarter. This is usually the time when they maybe just start to struggle. Ukraine maybe sense a bit of blood now. Got the 2-goal cushion. Can they maybe finish it? Crossed by Shevchuk, trying to help it further towards the D. That's a bit long and aimless, that one. And Tozer had no chance. By looking for Kalinchuk. Daniel Rodriguez forward, but again just straight into the path of a blue body. This time it was Diachenko, and through comes Kovalenko.
Great 3D skills, but just umpire just missing a wee foot there, I think. Pedro Pinto just pointing that out.
Shevchuk carried on and further support there.
I think I sense a slight change in intensity and pace here from Ukraine, realising that Portugal are a bit vulnerable.
Lupa trying to play into the D, and there is a penalty corner. Conversation going on between Luis Tavares and the umpire.
Maybe Portuguese can feel a wee bit let down there. There was a foot just in the halfway line that ultimately led to that attack, but these things balance themselves out.
So Alexander Diachenko with the injection here for Ukraine. Just under 7 minutes left on the clock. Lupa could be in the pocket again. Instead it's a different option, and drilled in. Vyacheslav Paziuk with it, and that may well be the clincher for number 4.
Yeah, fantastic, powerful. That's what I watched them do in the warm-up. Really, really powerful. Top left corner. Very little the keeper could do about that. Fantastic finish by the big number 3.
Paziuk with it. Scored 4 times at World League 1 last year. Didn't back up any goals in World League 2. But third top goal scorer in all phases of the World League 1 for Ukraine, jointly there with Polishuk. So he gets on the board for this competition, and it's looking more comfortable now, and that may well and truly be the sails taken out of Portugal.
Yeah, there's no way back for Portugal now, barring a miracle. They're tiring, their bench isn't as strong as the Ukrainians, and as we've seen from that pass, they're panicking and just giving the ball away cheaply now.
Kovalenko to that 4 scorer, Paziuk. Just ran out of road. Still with the big game for home fans, for Scottish supporters, but big game in general of the day in Group A. France, who are behind where we are in the stands, watching a bit of this before they get ready to warm up against Scotland. France look to try and get off to a good start to try and win back their place at the top table in European hockey.
It's a massive game for both teams, because winning the group is of paramount importance. So you get that easier semi-final, and then if you can get through to the final, you're guaranteed the promotion to the next division. So I fancy Scotland tonight. I know France have had the better of them the last couple of outings, but a home crowd, a couple of big players returning from injury, I think Scotland can do it.
Bit of duck, all the French players are behind us.
That's actually why I'm saying it, see if I can get a reaction from them. But nothing so far.
Generally it should be a good game.
Oh,
anyway.
I'll be a cracker.
And a few of the Scotland guys are behind us too. Here is Franco making the roving run here for Portugal. Just slid away.
It's a bit careless corner.
Yeah, it was Dmitro Lupa just sliding in. So chance for Portugal. Still 5 minutes left of this quarter, so they can get sneak a second, then you never know.
Yeah, that was a bit unnecessary from the Ukrainian defender. He had a wee bit more time than he thought, just going to ground and playing it off his own defender's foot. I'm sure his keeper will be less than not too impressed by that. I think Portugal would be well placed to actually work a wee routine here, because the Ukrainians have been fairly untroubled by their corners so far.
Tavares ready to inject here. Will it be Rodriguez? Will it be Franco? We'll see. There's going to be Miguel Rodriguez. Might get a second goal, and skips away off the stick of Diachenko. Coda quickly for Miguel Rodriguez, but it was a bit rushed. echoed it. Good turn and good win from Franco.
Yeah, wonderful hands by Portuguese number 5, but ultimately comes to nothing.
Kovalenko got back to defend, and now big amount of space and numbers. Polishuk.
They must use it left again in the run.
Kovalenko.
3v1.
Diachenko played it across and side netting for Sergei Diachuk.
Yeah, that's a massive opportunity missed there. If a wee bit more composure, could have brought the ball back across the right post, and they would have had 2 players to aim at there. So I think he maybe saw the goal and thought glory rather than team glory there.
Probably one of those, if it was 2-1, you'd be slightly more frustrated about if you were
I think
head coach.
I think we'd hear from the coach, yeah.
Good run for Santos, had support out wide. And again, that was a bit of space that did open up for Miguel Rodriguez in there.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff there, which is hockey at its best, particularly for the spectators and those watching on the live stream.
Tavares trying to wriggle it through. Came off Lupa, who's having to battle hard. Forward it goes from Pasiuk. Wonderfruk skipping by. Penalty corner. Looked like they're always in trouble when it went round the back.
Yeah, Portugal look a bit beaten, unfortunately. Just beginning to tire a bit. It's amazing what the brain does to your body when you're suddenly chasing a 3-goal deficit. The legs feel that wee bit more heavy. The skills that wee bit more slow. So I think it's just a matter of getting to full-time whistle without conceding too many more, and going away with their heads held high to some extent. Interesting to see if the big Ukrainian drag flicker goes same again.
Will be Diachenko to take. Oh, and it was a similar route. Pasiuk flying in, but will be another goal.
Yeah, pretty easy save for the keeper. Just didn't quite have the accuracy of his successful goal. Lots of power, but I think that wouldn't have troubled many keepers. Unfortunate with the rebound out though for the Portuguese.
Well, we've seen penalty corner goals from Lupa and Pasiuk, so it might be Lupa's turn to have a try.
I fancy him low here.
No, it is going to be Pasiuk. This time thrashes it in, and a couple from the penalty corner position for Pasiuk in the space of the last few minutes, and it is another goal.
Yeah, very, very powerful. Never easy for the postman, although they've got the protective masks. It takes a brave man standing away of that. Very good power by the big number 3. I mean, you need a lot of forearm strength to change direction and go right hand side, so he's obviously practiced that hard and worked hard to produce that kind of power output.
So number 5 then, as we come towards the final couple of minutes of this quarter. Turn for Moreira. That was poor pass. Jasinski back to Ole Polishuk for a long thought. Ball forwards here, looking for Ventosa initially. Nice space out wide, looking for Miguel Rodriguez away. And he will go from danger by Lupa and Pasiuk back to defensive duties.
So a couple of times now Ukraine have broken out on the right hand side and there's been lots and lots of room in the left. They just get their heads up.
Portugal have it back here. Miguel Rodriguez. It comes, it's not really cleared. Miguel Rodriguez still roving to try and get a goal. In from Ivan Moreira, but away. It did come off a we'll play it. Tavares goes for the space and the switch. Pinheiro in. Very astute, solid defence from Ukraine. Tavares might spot a gap. Miguel Rodriguez around. Can they work the space? No, they can't, and that will do for this quarter. And well, we've had a bit of goal fest this quarter as well. After such a promising start to it for Portugal. Flood of goals through Kovalenko with one and Paziuk with a couple from penalty corners has put things to bed. I'm sure we'll have a little check on the very busy third period. Well, he called it his goal of the tournament already.
Oh yeah, it's an absolute, you can watch that over and over again, it's an absolute beauty. I don't think he'll ever score a better goal than that.
And then we had one obviously a lot closer in, but more for the stretch factor not long after.
That's an exceptional skill when the ball's up above your head like that. You know, it's not easy to keep an eye on it. Just great presence of mind, fantastic composure and good umpiring until out to go.
And then a couple of penalty corners, which seen Vyacheslav Paziuk with a couple of goals.
I'm not really sure what the Portuguese postman was doing there. Yeah, as he runs out, he just ducks out of the way, so maybe saving his good looks. Similarly with the postman again, although it was powerful, it probably could have been a wee bit more inside the post and at least get his body in the way of the flick.
So that's the story of the third quarter. A busy one. 4 goals, not too bad.
I'd love to see Portugal just come out and just go all guns blazing here. Do what they do best, as you say, they're a side that like to score goals. It'd be wonderful to see them grab even a consolation goal because they deserve something just to add to their solitary goal so far.
Yeah, definitely no doubt that the scoreboard looks a bit flattering, but it's just the nature of the game.
I think Ukraine will be pretty happy with no injuries so far, and first game of any group stages, it's just all about getting a win or not losing. So they'll be pretty happy with their return so far after a tricky start.
Gorey trying to wriggle through for Ukraine as Sergei Chuk in the again. Gorey back it goes.
It'll be interesting to see how the Portuguese cope in the rain. I mean, I see this in all seriousness. They get maybe 21 days of rain a year, and certainly in the Lisbon area, so that they won't be accustomed to it. And I see number 15s wearing glasses, so maybe an issue they certainly won't be used to dealing with. Whereas Ukrainians will maybe a wee bit more adept to it.
Yeah, Vasco Ribeiro with the glasses. Well, they did play in a bit of rain last year here, but that was nearly a year ago. Ball flying across, is going to skip to the other side for Lupa. Lupa's fire.
Important pick up there by the Portuguese defender. Ukraine waiting to pull the trigger.
Paziuk, the double scorer in the third quarter. Nice play to Find Kovalenko. It's high and that'll end that.
It's been a game played in actually very good spirits. Czech Republic Wales game was quite a physical win. It's a wee bit less so, but certainly well controlled with umpires, which always helps. That's always a kind of key to keeping the players under control. So allowing the fans to just enjoy some good hockey.
Tavares for Ventosa. Coda. Ribeiro trying to keep it on the side's possession. Home forward it goes. Ventosa. All a bit tight. João Ferreira trying to keep a little bit. Ball will stay with Portugal. Rain lashing down again. Ventosa. Ferreira. Cut out. Good pass it was to Farouk. Kovalenko. Farouk now continuing his run. Wonderful. Kovalenko. Good save.
Yeah, I've been really impressed by the Ukrainian number 13 Farouk. He finds a lot of really good space and uses the ball really well on the day, so a good threat, and looks like quite a young player, so maybe one for the future.
Yeah, he is a young player, 17th cap today, 21 years of age.
Yeah, showing a lot of real maturity there, not panicking, unlucky not to get an outcome.
And there might be a state of minor panic in Ukraine because the under-18 side were here in Glasgow last year, lost their second tier status in the under-18 Euros. So maybe a bit of work still to do at that level. But there's a great goal, fantastic goal. Vasco Ribeiro, and you were talking about the glasses there in the rain. Didn't affect him too much, a nice little finish, and there is a consolation I think many were looking for the neutrals in the stand.
Absolutely, he's obviously been doing his wet weather training in preparation for coming to Glasgow, and a lovely finish from a very, very tight angle. Maybe a wee bit of sloppiness for Ukraine, just thinking the game was over, switching off. The keeper will be very disappointed to concede from there. Now, given the pace of hockey, you just never know. You know, another goal for Ukraine here, for Portugal here, and we come in for a thrilling finish. Certainly no point defending, that's for sure.
Ribeiro scored one goal here last year in World League One in that 5-3 win against Slovakia. So he scored here in the EuroHockey Championship. And Portugal's a great story. They were in the fourth tier in 2013. They had two successive promotions into the second tier. So very much looking to stay in this, which will be very difficult. But we have talked about the world ranking, how positioned they are. Obviously, you can tell they're maybe behind your size like France and Scotland here, but certainly look better than what their ranking is. They've had some good success of late. And there's a penalty corner, though, which won't help their cause if they've got any hope of getting back into this.
Yeah, it was a really, really nice flowing move by Ukraine. Wonderful give and go off the ball. Beginning to find their stride, but yeah, don't fancy their chances here.
Paziuk surely will be trying to claim honours of trying to get a shot in for a hat-trick.
Yeah, the match balls in hockey are very sought after. I mean, a good kookaburra is going to be at least £10 worth, so he'll be keen to take that home with him.
Other kinds of hockey balls are available. We shall see what they go. It's going to be Paziuk. And off keeper, I think off post as well. Yeah,
good touch for the keeper there, just putting it into the frame of the goal. And a penalty.
Stroke this time. Oh, a mess, wasn't cleared. Under 10 minutes left, a chance for another here for Ukraine. So the second stroke here for Ukraine for the day. Andrei Koshelenko
Yeah, the umpire bell just adjudging that the Portuguese a bit heavy-handed there in dealing with the player on the ball as he was about to pull the trigger. Consistent though, very similar award early in the half for Ukraine.
That is Andrei Kostelenko for his second penalty stroke goal of the match. And there you are, and a player who is really tipped to be a star in Ukrainian hockey. He scores another from the stroke, the 22-year-old, and that puts another one on the board for number 6.
Without trying to be overly controversial, wonderful flick, but he seemed to move the ball quite a bit before he released it, but I think you just let that one go. Certainly gave the keeper no chance. The rain really teeming down now, so difficult conditions for both teams. Good skills there by the Portuguese captain, just bringing the ball up in there and causing the Ukrainian defender some headaches. But a slip there, that's the weather coming into play. And now we've got
forward for Kovalenko.
A nice 2v1 here.
Odin Kovalenko, that is.
If they can move it right, they're in for a shot.
Moroz, not quite the pass behind Povachenko.
That's just a bit of rain, bit of water in the hands, just not a sure grip on it there, otherwise he would have made that pass 9 times out of 10. People slipping all over the place here. This is where the Scottish boys will hopefully have a big advantage in the next game, used to the conditions.
Luis Tavares is trying to escape from that danger.
Credit to Portugal, they've not given up. With 9 minutes to go, they're still pushing for another goal.
Inuit.
Oh, that's quite a harsh yellow. It's just an arm in the back.
I think I actually thought he was going to get a green card there, but
yeah, I thought green would have been harsh as well. It was a nothing foul, middle of the pitch. Looking at the balance of the game, but I think yellow's really quite a tough one, less has been previous.
Well, then Kovalenko trying to slide it through, and then Franco off then for 5. I think he was away off thinking, alright, well, it's going to be a green, but then the yellow card flashed. I think it surprised a few of us.
Yeah, there was no real intent. He knew he was breaking up play. It wasn't malicious as such. Yes, he knew what he was doing, but there was a very, very, very tough. When you're 4 goals down, you get a yellow for something so tame.
It's not really been a really dirty game or any real strong challenges.
No, not at all.
Challenges. It's been a pretty open, decent game despite the scoreline now 6-2. Yeah, another good game today here.
Yeah, it's been excellent. As we've said a number of times, the scoreline hasn't really reflected Portugal's attacking intent, and they've certainly been in the game for large spells of it. Lovely ball in there. I think he was trying to compete with Pedro Pinto for goal of the tournament there with a first time shot. Would have been better to just control it, but when you're 6-2 up, I think you can afford those luxuries.
Andrei Kostelenko with it back, good strength. Now flung out again. That right channel's had a lot of good usage.
It's a lovely
That's
goal.
A brilliant goal. Ollie Polishuk for number 7, and they are racking up the goals now.
Yeah, that's a great example of how to use the ball and run off the ball. Ukraine just recycling it and ultimately just causing overloads all over the pitch.
Nice celebration. Happy with that. Singing in the rain. Number 7.
I think a lot of the Portuguese players will be thinking to the Lisbon, the Algarve and sunnier climates as they chase down this 5-goal deficit.
Nice to see a bit of a moment there. Sometimes some teams do it, but the keeper's getting a little bit of a swamp over. Miroslav Horny's got an awful lot to do. A couple of times they conceded. Portugal have had chances, but not really enough as the games went on. And Yuri Pereslata is on for a little appearance. It's nice when teams sometimes do that for if they've got a bit of a cushion.
Yeah, it's really important as well, because you never know when your number one is going to be injured, so you need to give them the confidence and the sharpness. Very difficult being a number 2 goalkeeper in a national squad or a club team, because quite often you just watch the match from the side, unlike outfield players who are rotated frequently. But again,
Portugal still battling.
Portugal just never stop.
Daniel Rodriguez, in he goes. Stuck on this by Jasinski. Lupa there trying to help it out of danger. Daniel Rodriguez trying to keep it down in that corner. Pinto and Ventosa still down in that tight spot. Pinto for Tavares. Miguel Rodriguez. Schwetz just argy-bargied that away. Morrow is breaking for Ukraine into the final 5 minutes of this quarter. Portugal still with a man light. Even Franco with the yellow card.
Yeah, if you look at the way Ukraine are set up now that the game's gone, they've stretched the pitch, lots of width and lots of height, making it really hard for Portugal to contain them. Lots of space to attack here through the middle now, having switched it a couple of times.
Andrei Koschelenko high in the air, not anyone in particular, but stick around here. Ollie Polishuk again. Tavares, brilliant player. And away for Pinto, still running hard. Has his souvenir from this game. Miguel Rodriguez was nearby, but Pinto will take it back. Dicey control from Paziuk. Hammering towards the circle. Kozuki's time to try and tee it up. Morrow's there down in that corner too. Well, the sides in this pool, Puli, have got a bit of a breather tomorrow. Portugal will be playing Scotland on Tuesday, the 6:30 game. Scotland beat them 9-0 11 months or so ago. And Ukraine then obviously up against France. Should be a real test for the Ukrainian side, the real test of their muscle. Got a chance of maybe squeaking a promotion place.
I suppose the danger for Portugal will be if Scotland were to draw with France this evening, it would then become a goal difference shootout. Therefore, both teams would be out gunning to hammer the Portuguese, which is never nice for the lower ranked team. But I could see their tournament being difficult as it goes on against the bigger sides. We've just got that wee bit more tactical savvy about them.
Nice ball in. Cunha was trying to help its way. You're shaking your head a little bit there.
I just thought it was really good control by the Portuguese forward umpire, just a bit quick in the whistle. No real danger, but Portugal still coming forward, just not really getting the impact or the penetration required to threaten the Ukrainian number 2 goalkeeper.
Forward from Moreira. Can it be kept in? Not quite up full stretch. Ricardo Cunha. Cunha, another experienced head, 34, wasn't involved. He's been a recent addition into the setup, 34. Wasn't here last year at World League.
I think Ukraine quite content here just to keep the ball moving. Bit of a training exercise now. And if they get a goal from it, there's just a bonus. Very professional performance by them.
We've seen the likes of Russia, Wales train here. They've got the job done. Been the favourites tagged, possibly, maybe not Wales as such, going by rankings if you believe them, but they've not played A star, maybe a B plus, you could say. Miguel Rodriguez will fling it out wide. Penalty corner.
It's an interesting point you make about the rankings, you know, whether Wales' ranking is the right ranking for them as we see them play today, and maybe that ranking has suited them in that they may have an easier passage to the top of their group, so it'll be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah, we're kind of talking about certain opposition and stuff, you know, it can affect things. I think it's always a bit more difficult with the home nations, the UK home nations, with the GB scenario and all that. It's a complex formula.
Yeah, I think if I'm right, if you've got Welsh players in the GB setup, you get a certain percentage of points, and I don't think they've had many in the past, so that may well have been the deciding
less
factor.
Games, possibly things like that.
Yes.
It's a topic for another day. Penalty corner. Franco with the strike back on the field after his yellow card. Luis Tavares is in the fall. I think a few of the neutrals here, I think including yourself, was hoping that would fall for a Portugal player.
Yeah, I think they deserve another goal, but just not their day.
And at the other end, Ona Farouk could tee up another. Oh, and is it going to scramble in? Well, I think they
take her off the line there.
Hooker by crook, they've got away with it.
And here's the man of the moment, I think my player of the tournament, I love him, Pedro Pinto.
Well, played his part there. Tavares.
Here he is. I wanted to see if that strike was a lucky strike or he could replicate it again. He's been quite impressive for an older man.
Well, it's been fun. It's been another great game. Bigger scoreline this time, but it's been brilliant to watch. Portugal with a just have a go attitude has been really refreshing to see. Great hearts on them. Ukraine were the favourites heading into this game, and eventually the third quarter was the decisive one in this victory.
It was really, really good from a neutral's point of view, or even for viewers that don't know hockey, because neither team really sat out to nullify each other. They both tried to play hockey, particularly the Portuguese, so really good to see the skills on show. Played in a really nice spirit. Umpires performed well, so all in all, 9 goals. Both teams on the score sheet, you can't ask for much more in tricky conditions. But Ukraine just far too clinical, well organised, and just that wee bit fitter.
So then, hopefully you can keep up with all the action we've had. All the goals, had 9 in total. And Ukraine, again, the 2 goals they got in each quarter were as they were just developing into the game. Each quarter, if you get my drift there, you know, Portugal had the better start in each quarter. 2 punishing goals. Then there was this moment which rave about, I think, talk about for the rest of the week.
Yeah, I think we'll see that. Social media will take hold of that. Portuguese hockey will certainly be quick to put that on their Twitter page. Certainly a moment to cherish. Yeah,
it was worth getting excited about because it was brilliant. And then for Ukraine, this was a different skill, but up in the air, that is just Salmon Leap-esque.
Yeah, wonderful skill. I think Ronald Ross of the Shinty World would have been proud of that one.
I think that might go by the Portugal faithful supporters that are watching our coverage. And then the goals just came flooding through penalty corners. Maybe that was the downfall in the actual fact that in open play Portugal cost themselves a lot of goals from penalty corners and penalty strokes. So a bit of ill discipline, sometimes a bit unfortunate for a leg or whatever, but that seems to be the real punishing moment for the Portuguese.
Yeah, it's quite a severe punishment. It could just be for something so innocuous as a foot. And there's that lovely reply by the young Portuguese striker.
Yeah, Ribeiro.
Consolation, unfortunately, at that stage. But
this was the other stroke in the game. 2 strokes for Ukraine. And Portugal getting tired at this stage.
This is a wonderful team goal. Maybe 5 or 6 passes in the build-up and nice striker's instinct there.
So that is how it finished. Hope you kept up with that. 7 goals to 2 for Ukraine. Very much a job done in this pool. Do join us just before 6:30 for the final game of the day. Hope if you've been watching us from 11:45 you're enjoying the marathon of hockey. For the wins for Russia, Wales and now Ukraine. The big one for maybe Scotland supporters, home supporters, and their home crowd will be funneling into the stand. France have brought a few as well. It's going to be a great one. France against Scotland. Do join us just before 6:30 for that. But the final score from this one: Ukraine 7, Portugal 2.